Your staff meeting feels more like a group therapy session than strategic planning. Half your team is recovering from their last church experience. The other half is walking on eggshells around the half that's still healing. And every decision just gets filtered through, will this trigger somebody's church trauma? You're spending more time managing emotional baggage than casting vision, and your church has accidentally become a rehabilitation center for wounded ministry workers. If you have a staff that's full of church hurt, boy, I'm glad you're here today, because we're going to talk about that today here on the Healthy Church Staff Podcast. Thanks for joining me. My name is Todd Rhoades, one of the co-founders over at chemistrystaffing.com. Here's what's happening when churches become trauma magnets. Your hiring conversations turn into more like counseling sessions. Candidates lead with their war stories instead of their wins. You're asking, what happened to you more than what can you do? And your job descriptions seem like they're just attracting people from something, not to something. And here's where those good intentions create some really bad outcomes in a lot of churches. You start hiring based on people's pain instead of their potential. Here's what I mean by that. Wounded people often hire other wounded people because of one simple reason. It just feels safer. Your team culture becomes defined by shared trauma, not shared missions. And sometimes the recovery mode becomes your permanent operating system because you're solving yesterday's problems instead of building tomorrow's future. Now listen, wanting to help hurting ministry workers is beautiful. And can I say this also? It's biblical. But building your entire staff around healing is like building a hospital and calling it a gym. Here's what you need to do, I think, if your church finds yourself in this situation or you're prone to this kind of a hire. And I would encourage you to do look at a mission-first approach. Here's what I mean by that. Hire people who've processed their pain, not people that are still bleeding from it. You can ask candidates, what are you running to, not just what are you running from? I know we don't use those words, what are you running from? But you know the vernacular you use in your job description. Look for scars, not open wounds. Scars mean that healing has happened, or at least it's in the process of happening. Open wounds, man, those can cost you with a new hire. Your staff meeting should sound like a strategy session, not a support group. So you need to create space for healing without making healing your entire hiring strategy. Churches that hire trauma often produce trauma. Healthy people don't always stick around unhealthy healing environments, and your congregation needs leaders who've moved beyond survival mode. Mission-driven people want to work with other mission-driven people. Here's your bottom line for today. You can't build a healthy future with a staff that's stuck processing the past. Your church can absolutely be a place of healing, but that's different than being staffed by people who still need healing. There's a difference, and your mission depends on knowing the difference between the two. That's today's Healthy Church Staff Podcast. My name's Todd Rhoades. If there's any way that I can help you or your church, reach out to me. Just send me an email, podcast@chemistrystaffing. Hiring, firing, staff development, healthy church staff initiatives, that's what we love to do. So you can reach out to me, podcast@chemistrystaffing.com. All right, I hope you'll join me here. We're here again tomorrow, every weekday, Monday through Friday. Tomorrow we're going to talk about, this is an interesting one, what do you do when someone on your staff, when your staff member becomes the church influencer? Hope you'll join me right here again tomorrow for that episode right here on the Healthy Church Staff Podcast.